where we explore how massive aircraft carriers and their brave crews conquer terrifying monster waves today. The brutal ocean is an unforgiving battlefield, where towering walls of water constantly threaten to destroy even the most powerful warships. During the year 1944, a massive typhoon swallowed 3 heavy destroyers, proving nature always commands ultimate respect from sailors. Those tragic historical losses serve as a grim reminder that the dark sea can easily crush thousands of tons of steel. Today, modern supercarriers must face these same violent storms, navigating through treacherous waters while carrying thousands of dedicated military personnel on board. Unlike civilian vessels, these massive floating fortresses cannot simply slow down or change course when facing extreme weather during combat missions. They must maintain incredibly high speeds, slicing through dangerous ocean swells to launch fighter jets and complete their vital strategic objectives. Slamming into a giant wave at 35 miles per hour creates a devastating impact similar to a horrific car crash. The immense kinetic energy transfers directly into the massive steel hull, violently shaking every single compartment and challenging all crew endurance. Surviving this brutal punishment requires a perfect combination of advanced maritime engineering and extraordinary human resilience under intense physical pressure daily. High above the raging waters, the dedicated bridge team constantly monitors the chaotic ocean surface to make critical split-second decisions. These experienced officers must read the incoming waves perfectly, adjusting the massive ship rudders to safely ride over the terrifying crests. This complex wave-riding technique demands absolute precision, as one tiny mistake could severely damage the carrier's structural integrity almost instantly. The captain and helmsman work in perfect harmony, predicting the unpredictable ocean rhythm to keep the massive vessel relatively stable always. Giant windows offer a terrifying view of the stormy horizon, where dark gray clouds merge violently with the foaming white seas. Radar displays blink continuously, feeding vital weather data to the commanders, who must navigate this mechanical beast through the deadly tempest. Every sudden drop into a deep ocean trough tests the courage of these leaders, who hold thousands of lives in balance. They communicate with calm authority, issuing precise steering commands that echo through the bridge, while the storm rages violently outside constantly. The sheer scale of these rogue waves can eclipse the flight deck, sending massive sprays of salt water crashing against the windows.
Despite the overwhelming power of nature, the bridge crew remains entirely focused, trusting their extensive training to survive the terrifying ordeal. Modern navigation computers assist their judgment, but human intuition and deep maritime experience remain the most crucial tools for ultimate survival. By slightly altering their heading, they can minimize the brutal slamming effect, allowing the giant ship to slice through heavy resistance. The entire vessel groans under the immense stress, a haunting mechanical symphony that constantly reminds everyone of the raw ocean power. Day and night, this vigilant watch never ceases, ensuring the carrier maintains its strategic position, regardless of the worsening weather conditions. The bridge serves as the central nervous system, coordinating with every other department to keep the floating city fully operational, always.
Even during the most violent storms, mission readiness remains the absolute highest priority for every single sailor stationed on this warship. The commanding officer bears the heavy burden of balancing crew safety with the strict demands of ongoing global military strike operations. As the tempest howls outside, the bridge remains a sanctuary of disciplined focus, where panic is never allowed to take control. Their expert maneuvers prove that human ingenuity can successfully challenge the most destructive forces that the natural world has to offer. Every successful navigation through a monster storm
adds another glorious chapter to the rich history of these incredible steel sea giants. Down on the exposed flight deck, the situation becomes infinitely more dangerous as the entire landing strip violently heaves up constantly. Handlers must secure multi-million-dollar fighter jets with heavy chains to prevent them from sliding into the dark, freezing ocean. The deck can pitch up and down by more than 30 feet, creating a nightmare scenario for returning pilots needing fuel. Landing a supersonic aircraft on a tiny moving target during a massive storm requires unbelievable skill and nerves of absolute steel. Specialized deck motion compensation systems help calculate the exact moment the deck will stabilize, guiding the pilot toward a safe touchdown. The landing signal officers stand bravely near the edge, braving freezing winds to visually guide their fellow aviators back home safely. These brave individuals risk their own lives on the slippery tarmac, ensuring that every single aircraft catches the vital arresting wire. When a jet finally slams onto the deck, the violent deceleration, combined with the massive ship roll, creates immense structural stress. Sparks fly into the stormy night sky as the heavy steel tailhook desperately catches the thick cable amidst the pouring rain.
Deck crews rush forward immediately, their brightly colored vests soaked by the relentless sea spray crashing over the massive ship bow. They must work with incredible speed and precision, unhooking the aircraft before the next massive wave violently tosses the carrier again. The deafening roar of jet engines mixes with the howling wind, creating an environment where simple communication becomes an extreme challenge. Hand signals become the only reliable way to coordinate the complex choreography required to move these heavy machines across slippery surfaces. A sudden rogue wave can easily sweep an unwary sailor directly overboard into the terrifyingly cold and dark abyss below them. Therefore, strict safety protocols are enforced without exception, binding the crew together in a tight brotherhood of mutual trust and reliance. The non-skid surface of the flight deck provides crucial traction, but heavy rain can quickly turn it into a skating rink. Tractors slowly tow the expensive fighters into the protective hangars below, fighting against the extreme angles caused by the raging storm. Elevators must be operated with extreme caution, as the violent pitching motion threatens to jam the heavy machinery during critical transfers. Inside the hangar bay, mechanics work tirelessly to repair damaged aircraft, ignoring the constant swaying that makes every physical task difficult. The smell of aviation fuel and salty sea air permeates the massive cavern, a distinct scent known to every naval aviator. Despite the terrifying conditions outside, the relentless pace of military operations never truly stops, demanding absolute perfection from every single person. Pilots returning from harrowing missions often collapse with pure exhaustion, their bodies drained by the intense adrenaline of a storm landing. They gather in ready rooms to debrief, sharing crucial information about the turbulent winds and unpredictable air currents surrounding the ship. Every successful recovery during a typhoon is celebrated as a massive victory against the overwhelming odds presented by the angry ocean. The flight deck crew embodies the true spirit of naval aviation, facing unimaginable dangers to project military power across the globe. Their brightly colored uniforms paint a vibrant picture of organized chaos against the dark, stormy backdrop of the raging Pacific Ocean. Without their incredible dedication and fearless execution, the mighty aircraft carrier would quickly become completely useless in any modern combat scenario. They are the unsung heroes who ensure that the tip of the spear remains sharp, regardless of the terrible weather conditions. Watching them operate in a raging tempest is a truly humbling experience, showcasing the absolute pinnacle of human teamwork and courage. The flight deck remains one of the most dangerous workplaces on Earth, demanding total respect from anyone who dares step outside. Deep within the steel belly of the mighty ship, the engine room operates in a completely different world of intense heat. Here,
Massive nuclear reactors provide the limitless energy required to push this floating city through the incredibly violent and destructive waves. The engineers working in these confined spaces never see the storm outside, but they certainly feel its brutal and relentless power. Every time the ship slams into a giant swell, the entire engine room violently shudders, testing the heavy machinery's structural limits. Maintaining a stable nuclear reaction while the vessel violently tilts requires incredibly complex automated systems and highly trained human oversight constantly. The cooling systems must function flawlessly, pumping millions of gallons of seawater to prevent the extremely dangerous reactors from overheating quickly.
If a massive wave causes a sudden loss of propulsion, the carrier could easily become completely defenseless against the raging ocean. Therefore, the engineering team works around the clock, monitoring thousands of glowing gauges and pressurized valves to ensure continuous maximum power. The deafening hum of massive steam turbines fills the hot air, drowning out the terrifying sounds of the crashing waves above. Sweating profusely in the intense heat, these dedicated technicians perform critical maintenance tasks while struggling to maintain their balance on deck. Heavy wrenches and heavy tools must be securely tethered, as a sudden lurch could turn them into extremely deadly flying projectiles. The incredible torque generated by the massive propeller shafts pushes the massive carrier forward, slicing through the ocean-heavy resistance effortlessly. Watching these massive steel shafts spin at high speeds is a mesmerizing testament to modern engineering and human industrial design capabilities. When the ship drops into a deep trough, the propellers can briefly breach the surface, causing massive vibrations throughout the hull. The engineers must quickly adjust the throttle to prevent the massive engines from overspeeding and causing catastrophic internal mechanical damage instantly. This delicate dance between raw nuclear power and the unpredictable ocean rhythm requires constant vigilance from the highly trained engineering crew. They are the beating heart of the warship, providing the essential lifeblood that keeps every other crucial operational department functioning perfectly. Without their tireless efforts in the dark depths of the ship, the mighty carrier would quickly become a massive floating tomb. The isolation of the engine room creates a unique bond among the sailors, who rely entirely on each other for survival. They share a deep pride in their critical mission, knowing that their hidden work directly enables the ultimate ship combat success. Even as the vessel lists heavily to one side, the steady thrum of the powerful engines provides a comforting mechanical heartbeat. It reassures the terrified crew above that the mighty ship still possesses the immense strength to fight through the raging storm. The complex network of heavy pipes and thick electrical cables resembles a massive metallic jungle, requiring intimate knowledge to navigate safely. Emergency drills are conducted frequently, ensuring that every single engineer knows exactly how to respond to a sudden catastrophic system failure. In the event of a severe hull breach, they must act decisively to seal off flooded compartments and save the ship. Their incredible bravery is often overlooked, but their vital contribution to the carrier's survival is absolutely undeniable and deeply respected, always. The nuclear reactors themselves are marvels of modern science, safely contained within incredibly thick protective shielding to prevent any dangerous radiation. They allow the carrier to operate for over 20 years without ever needing to refuel, providing truly unprecedented global military reach. This infinite endurance is especially crucial when navigating around massive storm systems that could easily trap conventionally powered naval military vessels. The engine room stands as a powerful symbol of human mastery over the atom, conquering both nuclear physics and the ocean. Beyond raw physical power, these modern supercarriers rely heavily on cutting-edge technology to survive the most extreme and dangerous weather. At the prestigious Massachusetts Institute of Technology,
Brilliant scientists have developed revolutionary algorithms to predict massive rogue waves before they strike.
By analyzing complex radar data, these advanced computer systems can map the chaotic ocean surface with truly unprecedented speed and accuracy. They provide the bridge team with a crucial 2-minute warning, allowing them to adjust the ship heading and avoid disaster. This remarkable predictive technology has saved countless lives, transforming the terrifyingly unpredictable ocean into a slightly more manageable mathematical tactical puzzle. Another incredible innovation is the advanced Fresnel lens optical landing system, which revolutionized how pilots approach the carrier during severe storms. This brilliant arrangement of bright lights provides a highly visible glide slope indicator, guiding the incoming aircraft through heavy rain clouds. As the massive ship pitches violently, the gyroscopically stabilized lens automatically adjusts its angle to maintain a perfectly steady visual path. It compensates for the extreme deck motion, giving the exhausted pilot a reliable aiming point when their own senses might fail. The seamless integration of these advanced stabilizing technologies allows flight operations to continue safely in weather that would ground civilian planes. Below the waterline, massive active stabilizer fins extend from the massive ship hull, acting like giant airplane wings in the water. These powerful hydraulic fins constantly adjust their angle to counteract the rolling motion caused by the massive and powerful ocean waves. They significantly reduce the violent side-to-side swaying, providing a much more stable platform for both aircraft operations and crew. Without these incredible mechanical stabilizers, the massive carrier would roll dangerously, making it completely impossible to launch or recover any aircraft. The massive weather radar dome constantly sweeps the dark horizon, tracking the intense storm movement and predicting its exact future path. Meteorologists on board analyze this vital data continuously, briefing the commanding admiral on the safest possible route through the raging maritime tempest. They use advanced satellite imagery to find calm pockets within the massive storm, guiding the massive vessel toward slightly safer waters. Advanced communication systems ensure that the carrier remains securely connected to the global military network, even during the most severe weather. Heavily shielded antennas resist the destructive force of howling winds and corrosive salt water, maintaining a vital lifeline to remote command centers. Every single technological system on this massive warship features multiple redundant backups, ensuring that a single failure never causes total disaster. The Combat Direction Center remains fully operational, with tactical officers monitoring glowing screens while securely strapped into their heavy shock-proof chairs. They track potential enemy threats amidst the chaotic storm clutter, proving that the deadly defensive capabilities never sleep or falter today. The seamless fusion of advanced computer processing and heavy industrial engineering makes the modern supercarrier an incredibly resilient floating military fortress. It represents the absolute pinnacle of human technological achievement, designed specifically to dominate the most hostile natural environments on our planet. As artificial intelligence continues to rapidly evolve, future carriers will likely feature even more advanced automated systems for extreme weather survival. These smart systems will instantly analyze massive amounts of environmental data, optimizing the ship performance and minimizing dangerous structural stress automatically. However, despite all these incredible technological advancements, the ultimate survival of the massive warship still depends heavily on its human crew. Technology can only provide the necessary tools, but human courage and determination are required to wield them effectively during a crisis. The perfect synergy between man and machine is what truly makes these magnificent steel sea giants
completely unstoppable on the ocean. They are a powerful testament to our relentless desire to conquer the unknown and overcome the most terrifying challenges nature presents. While the massive ship battles the raging storm outside, daily life for the thousands of sailors inside must continue without interruption. In the brightly lit medical bay, highly skilled naval surgeons perform delicate operations while the entire room violently pitches and rolls. Operating during a massive typhoon is often described as trying to perform complex surgery during a continuous and violent liquid earthquake.
They must time their precise scalpel movements perfectly with the unpredictable ship rhythm, demonstrating truly unbelievable focus and incredibly steady hands. Specialized surgical tables are heavily weighted and securely bolted down, keeping the vulnerable patient completely stable despite the extreme maritime conditions. The incredible medical ability to save lives under such terrifying circumstances highlights the extraordinary resilience of the human spirit every day. Meanwhile, deep in the massive galleys, dedicated military chefs face their own unique and incredibly dangerous challenges during the violent storm. Cooking thousands of hot meals while the entire kitchen frequently tilts at a terrifying 30-degree angle requires extraordinary physical balance. Boiling water and extremely hot cooking oil become deadly hazards, threatening to severely burn anyone who loses their footing even briefly. To prevent terrible accidents, cooks must secure massive, heavy pots with thick metal chains and wear highly specialized, slip-resistant footwear. Despite these extreme difficulties, they understand that a warm, nutritious meal is absolutely essential for maintaining high crew morale during storms. The comforting smell of freshly baked bread provides a brief psychological escape from the terrifying reality of the raging ocean outside. In the cramped sleeping quarters, exhausted sailors struggle to find decent rest while securely strapped into their violently swaying, narrow bunks. The relentless groaning of the heavy steel hull and the terrifying crashing of massive waves make peaceful sleep an impossible luxury. Yet they manage to catch brief moments of rest, their bodies slowly adapting to the constant, exhausting motion of the sea. This incredible physical and mental endurance is forged through months of rigorous military training and the strong bonds of naval brotherhood. Every single sailor, from the lowest-ranking recruit to the commanding admiral, shares the exact same terrifying risks during a typhoon. This shared vulnerability creates a deeply unified community, where mutual trust and unwavering support become the ultimate keys to collective survival. They rely on dark humor and strong camaraderie to cope with the immense psychological stress of living inside a floating blender. Letters from distant loved ones provide a vital emotional anchor, reminding them of the peaceful world they are sworn to protect. The internal television network broadcasts encouraging messages from the captain, keeping everyone fully informed about the massive storm projected duration today. Fitness centers remain surprisingly busy, as dedicated sailors carefully lift heavy weights while simultaneously fighting to maintain their basic physical balance. Every ordinary daily task, from taking a quick shower to walking down a narrow corridor, becomes an exhausting test of agility. Handrails line every single passageway, providing crucial support as the massive steel floor suddenly drops several terrifying feet without any warning. The incredible adaptability of the human body is truly remarkable, quickly learning to subconsciously anticipate the unpredictable movements of the ship. After several exhausting days of battling the massive tempest, the dark skies finally begin to clear, revealing a beautiful, bright sun. The violent ocean swells slowly subside, returning the terrifyingly chaotic sea to a relatively peaceful and beautifully sparkling deep blue state.
Look at her.
Stepping out onto the massive flight deck, The exhausted crew breathes in the incredibly fresh, clean air with deep, grateful relief.
They inspect the massive ship for any structural damage, proudly noting that their mighty steel fortress has successfully survived the ordeal. The shared experience of conquering a massive monster storm leaves a lasting mark on every single proud military naval career today. These incredible aircraft carriers are much more than just massive weapons of war. They are triumphant symbols of human engineering genius. They stand as a powerful testament to our unique ability to build massive, mobile cities that can survive the harshest environments. The next time you see a massive supercarrier gracefully sailing across the ocean, remember the incredible hidden struggles beneath its surface. Remember the brave men and women who constantly risk their lives to tame the terrifyingly chaotic forces of the deep ocean. Their unwavering dedication and incredible courage ensure that the vital global sea lanes remain completely safe and perfectly secure for everyone.
We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating and highly dangerous world of modern naval carrier extreme weather operations. Thank you for joining us today, and please remember to subscribe to Steel Sea Giants for more incredible maritime history videos.